All right, guys, so I want to react to a discussion that former NBA star Dwayne Wade had with another former NBA star, JJ Redick, that is now going viral. Now, the discussion happened just a few years ago during the BLM protests in 2020, around that time. However, I want to talk about it because there seems to be a trend of players who love to come out here and criticize fans, aka bite the hands that feed them. Okay, and I want to respond to what Dwayne Wade here is saying. Now, I've talked about Dwayne Wade quite a bit on my channel because I think that he is a pathetic excuse for a father, as he's allowed his 12, 13, 14-year-old son to transition due to the pressures from his wife, Gabrielle Union. Okay, and he's basically going along with it. He's supportive of that, right? In this interview right here, I have even more criticism for him, as he appears to pull the victim card when discussing his days playing for the Miami Heat, specifically after him and LeBron James and Chris Bosh teamed up to form the Big Three, a move at the time that was hated by a vast majority of America for obvious reasons. And the reasons I'm talking about is not the reason that Dwayne Wade here is going to cite in this interview with JJ Redick. But before I get into that, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can do so by checking out some of my donkey pox shirts, the disease that is affecting America, or my hashtag no days off / hard work patriotic t-shirts. You can get them at my website, gforemanbcp.com. Get 20% off using discount code gforemanbcp. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip of Dwayne Wade essentially saying that race played a factor in all the hate that he received when he teamed up with LeBron James and Chris Bosh to form the Big Three in Miami. Take a look.
I remember walking out of the tunnel, and it wasn't just boos, and it wasn't just I hate yous. It was the look on people's faces. It was the things that was coming out of their mouths and like how raged they were, like in anger, that I said, I will never forget this moment a day in my life about, how someone can really hate you for making a basketball decision that you felt was best for yourself and your family. Is crazy to me.
I'm not going to plug myself here, but
please plug yourself.
I went on Taylor Rook's show on Bleacher Report. She did a whole series on race in America. For some reason, she asked me to come on the show. And one of the things that I said on the show, and one of the things that I said on my podcast with Yahoo back in 2016, when Kevin Durant made his decision, is that the reaction to LeBron leaving and Kevin leaving is because there is a group of sports fans that are and will always be uncomfortable with powerful black men making decisions for themselves, taking empowerment and taking control of their careers. Now, of course, the blogs or whatever said that I said that it was racist. I'm not going to go that far, but what I will say is I will stand by those words. I think, of course, an element of Kevin getting backlash was because he went and joined the team that just beat him in the conference finals. Of course, part of the backlash with LeBron was because he wasn't following the same route as Jordan, and that's supposed to be the definition of greatness. But the other component to that is what I just said, and I firmly believe that.
Listen, you hit the nail on the head. And if you think about it, no one gives backlash to any championships that Larry Bird won, that Magic Johnson won, that Michael Jordan won. Michael Jordan played with other Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Like, guys, you don't win championships without playing with other guys that are great, first of all. But it wasn't done in the way that LeBron did it and the way that we did it. It was done from organizations. The organizations made sure that Larry Bird had McHale, Robert Parrish, Dennis Johnson. You know what I mean? Like all these Hall of Famers. And it was, so it was different. And I agree with you, man. And I didn't say that. I'm glad you said that. But we felt that way. We knew that some of the hate was because of our skin color, because of being black men and deciding to control the fate of our careers. Because organizations will do it quickly. They will trade a Dwayne Wade in a heartbeat if you're not accomplishing what they want you to accomplish. So when we had the power, when we had the moment, we took it. But some of the hate came because of we were three black guys who decided, and we changed the way that the NBA probably would ever be, right? Because of that decision. So I agree with you, man, 100%.
Wow, incredible. Talk about having a conversation where you simply don't need to pull the race card to explain why people did not like Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh, who at the time were probably three of the top 5 players in the NBA at the time. You don't need a race card to explain why people did not like that, okay? People who want to see competitive sports, who don't just want to see one team with all the superstars, basically an all-star team, dominate the league, right? And you basically don't have competitiveness anymore. You don't have good basketball. You don't need a race card to explain why people did not like that, right? But for some reason, rich elitist athlete Dwayne Wade, with the help of JJ Redick, to be quite honest with you, because JJ Redick put it out there for him, right? Basically, bought into the bait and said, yeah. America hated us because we were black men. We were black men that took control of our own destiny, right? We didn't let the teams, the organizations, aka the white man, right, control our fate, right? That's essentially what he's saying. And again, to me, statements like this, it really does blow my mind that people say stuff like this, because it's just like, dude, do you even hear yourself? You literally just said before making that statement that they hate us because of my skin color, that they didn't hate Larry Bird, who's white, okay? They didn't hate Michael Jordan, who's black, and they didn't hate Magic Johnson, who's black. So obviously, skin color is not really the main factor here, right? That's not the main factor. This could have all been explained without you saying that. I don't think anybody looked at that situation and said, I don't like the fact that a black man is deciding to leave this team and go to another team and join up with a superstar. I think it's just more about like, no, we just don't like the fact when players do that in general. We don't like the fact when players basically try to game the system and all get on the same team to ensure that there's no competition. You're ruining the league. You're ruining basketball, right? You're ruining the sport. And that's why fans hated it. Fans did not hate you because of your skin color, because if people hated you because of your skin color, if fans hated you because of their skin color, guess what? They wouldn't even watch basketball, right? They wouldn't even watch basketball. And you can understand why Cleveland, the place that LeBron James left to go to Miami, had a lot of hatred. It's because LeBron James didn't finish the job in Cleveland. He promised Cleveland the championship, and at the time, he did not fulfill that promise. And it seemed like to the fans that he jumped ship to go to Miami to team up with other all-stars to basically have a cheat code to win a championship instead of doing the hard work and staying in Cleveland and trying to get people to come play with him to win a championship. If LeBron would have recruited people to come to Cleveland to play, if he had done that successfully, I don't think people would have been nearly as, mad about the situation, right? It's how he did it. It's the fact that he left his hometown with a promise unfulfilled, okay? It's not like a Tom Brady situation where, yeah, Tom Brady played in New England all his career, but he won, 5 or 6 championships? Before leaving, he fulfilled a promise. He gave everything to that city, that town, and then he decided, you know what, I'm leaving, I'm going to Tampa. He did not face nearly as much backlash because he actually did what he promised he would do. He won, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, right? He won multiple championships before leaving. Something LeBron James did not do in Cleveland, okay? But, hey, Dwayne Wade couldn't just leave it at that. He couldn't just leave it at the fact that, yeah, people didn't like the fact that we made the league anti-competitive, right? What we did was, by definition, anti-competitive. People didn't like it, and I understand why, right? Fans want to see a competitive league where, there are multiple teams that actually have a real chance of winning. In the NBA, only 3 or 4 teams actually have a real chance of winning the championship because all the talent is stacked on just a few teams across the league. Now, that is evened out more as of late as the super team era seems to have come and gone. But still, right, it's a difference between having a team, a GM draft players or trade players to create a good team or what is a super team. It's the difference between that and then you just having players that just automatically decide that, hey, I'm a superstar, you a superstar. We just gonna all get together, join the same team, right? Take a pay cut or whatever and just dominate the league, right? That in of itself, again, is anti-competitive, right? And fans don't really like to see that. That is why you face so much animosity. That's why people are so mad. And I hate using the word hate when it comes to sports because fans don't really hate the athletes, right? It's just one of those things when it comes to sports. It's like, hey, it's a figure of speech. It's more like we dislike you because, you're on the other team, right? We're rooting for our city, right? We're repping our city, okay? So again, man, these athletes that come out here and attack fans, it really kills me because it's just like, the fans are the ones that are responsible for your fame. They're responsible for your fortune. They're responsible for the fact that you are a black man in this country. That is one of the most privileged people to ever live, period. We're not just talking about in this country. We're not just talking about around black people. We're talking about on the planet. All that happened because you have fans that decide to watch you put a ball in a hoop. And for you to come out here and say the fans hated you or that you experienced hatred and that some of that hatred was because you were black, in my opinion, is ridiculous considering how easily explainable it is that fans did not necessarily like what LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh decided to do, okay? They hated your actions. They didn't hate you as a person. They just hated your actions and what you decided to do, okay? Again, these people who come out here and attack fans, man, I don't understand people who attack the people that feed them, right? The people that feed you, you shouldn't be attacking them, okay? You shouldn't be attacking them, especially calling them racist, right? Or implying that they're racist when, again, they're responsible for you being a rich millionaire athlete who, is all intents and purposes living a great life, right? You have a great life, a very privileged life, all because of the fans. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a black conservative perspective. Peace.